In this video, we'll be talking about Merchants and Professionals Bureau. Hi, I'm Consumer Protection Attorney Bill Clanton. I've helped hundreds of people deal with debt collection harassment, unfair credit reporting, and other consumer-related matters. Merchants and Professional Bureaus is a third-party debt collector based out of Austin, Texas. As a third-party debt collector, they collect debts owed to other parties. This is typically businesses, and they typically collect consumer debts. A consumer debt is a debt that is taken out by regular folks like me and you for household items, insurance, medical care, regular consumer type things. It basically includes all debts that are not business related debts. So Merchant and Professionals Bureau collects these third-party debts on behalf of other folks. It collects them on a contingent basis, meaning that they get a portion of what they collect. They have a bond on file with the Texas Secretary of State. So the Texas Secretary of State requires any third-party debt collector that's operating in the state of Texas to have a bond on file with the Texas Secretary of State. And Merchants and Professional Bureaus does have this type of bond on file with the Secretary of State. Merchants and Professional Bureau has been sued at least 15 times in federal court for violating various debt collection laws, including the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, the FDCPA. The FDCPA says that companies like Merchants and Professional Bureaus cannot harass you, demean you, insult you, attack you, threaten you in trying to collect a debt. They also cannot disclose the debt to any third parties. They can't tell your boss, your neighbors, your mom and dad, or your kids, or your references on your account application, anything, any third party. They cannot disclose the debt to them. They cannot call you early in the morning or late at night. If you tell them in writing, they have to stop calling you. They cannot charge you extra fees that are not included in the contract. There's a whole host of things they can't do, including misrepresenting the amount or the character or the legal status of the debt. If you listen to phone calls and they tell you one amount and you receive a letter for another amount, then they violated the law. Other laws that apply to companies like Merchants and Professional Bureau is the Telephone Consumer Protection Act and the Fair Credit Reporting Act. The TCPA says that a company that uses an auto dialer cannot auto dial your cell phone without your permission. And if you ask them to stop calling, then they have to stop calling. You don't have to do that in writing, just to tell them over the phone. The best way to do this is to say, "This is my cell phone, please stop calling." Any auto-dialed calls after that are in violation of the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. The penalties for violating the TCPA are very high, up to $1,500 per call. So somebody who gets a lot of calls could be looking at a lot of damages under the TCPA. Another law that companies like Merchants and Professional Bureaus violates is the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA. Under the FCRA, if somebody is reporting inaccurate information on your credit report and you tell them to correct it and they don't, then they can become liable under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, which can include actual damages, statutory damages, attorney's fees, and costs. These are all powerful federal laws, but I can't put them to use for you until you give me a call. Under the FDCPA and the FCRA, the law says that if we're successful in our lawsuit against them, then they have to pay my attorney's fees. I don't charge anybody to evaluate their case, so give me a call. We have the tools and the systems and the know-how to get you some justice. Give me a call. I'm happy to talk to you about your case and whether I can help you out. My number is 210-226-0800. And thanks for watching.